This is a classic labyrinth, the original labyrinth form, the primordial design gifted to humanity by the gods of the sky. Each layer of the labyrinth path is a circuit. This is a 7-circuit labyrinth. One way a labyrinth can be easily, faithfully recreated is by using a seed pattern. This is a seed pattern for a classic labyrinth. Concentric lines are drawn to connect the seed elements. Connecting the last 2 points of the seed pattern completes the classic labyrinth. Expanding or reducing the seed pattern results in labyrinths of different number of circuits. An 11-circuit labyrinth is created by adding an extra set of angles to the seed pattern. A 3-circuit labyrinth uses just the cross and dots of the seed pattern. As I mentioned, it's natural for symbols to evolve as the consciousness of humanity and its cultures evolve. As the labyrinth is a path, it follows that this evolution would include altering this path to explore the potential energies and impact on consciousness. I'm speaking strictly of changes that maintained labyrinth status and not changes that resulted in any type of maze. This is a good place to point out that if you want to learn all about labyrinths, check out Jeff Sayward. His work is the most thorough, thoughtful, and informative writings about labyrinths. I highly recommend his book, Labyrinths and Mazes, A Complete Guide to Magical Paths of the World. The information in the section about labyrinth classification is from his pamphlet, Labyrinth Typology, which can be found on his website, labyrinthos.net. Labyrinthos has an immense wealth of information and knowledge about labyrinths, including extensive photo archives, pamphlets about the history and types of labyrinths, and a fantastic annual publication, Cadroia, which he began in 1980. The Cadroia archive has PDFs of full issues going back to 2003 and a selection of articles going back to 1986. Just perusing the content of the site will broaden your horizons about labyrinths. It's a fantastic, informative site that I highly recommend. To bring some order to the variety of labyrinth designs, he proposes 4 major categories of labyrinth. He writes, "The earliest labyrinth symbols so far discovered are all of the same symbol design, the classical type, which is found worldwide and remain popular to this day. During this 4,000-year history, the classical labyrinth has developed into a number of closely related forms, often in particular geographical regions, by means of simple adjustments to the seed pattern that lies at the heart of its construction. However, from time to time, major developments have taken place, resulting in quite different types of labyrinths being created, which have then themselves been further developed. I would propose that labyrinths can be classified into 4 major categories, although all of these have various subcategories, which can be further subdivided if one so wishes. These major categories can be classified as classical, Roman, medieval, and contemporary labyrinths. The original classical labyrinth form stood alone for thousands of years. Personally, I believe that, like the pyramids, this form is much older than commonly thought. The beauty and power of this primordial symbol remains one of the most popular labyrinth types to this day. If you understand the patriarchal nature of Roman society, then it makes absolute symbolic and energetic sense that their labyrinths would contain right angles. The Roman Empire was vast, so Roman labyrinths are located in many cultures that were once part of that empire. In Labyrinth Typology, Jeff Sayward writes, "While the classical labyrinth was known throughout the Roman Empire, the popular use of the labyrinth as a design element in mosaic flooring resulted in a number of developments, all classifiable as Roman varieties. While rarely encountered amongst the examples since these times, these labyrinths are of considerable interest as they represent the first real attempts to create different forms of the genre and the first major changes to a symbol that had already been in circulation for some 2,000 years. Researchers have attempted various classifications of these Roman designs, usually based on mathematical or geometrical properties, but basically the majority of the 60 or so Roman mosaic labyrinths documented or preserved can be designated as meander, serpentine, or spiral types, with just a few complex designs falling outside of this simple system. The medieval labyrinth is a very well-known pattern, particularly as this is the type of labyrinth in Chartres Cathedral, possibly the most known and recognizable labyrinth in the world. This pattern is often referred to as the Chartres Design, but the design was actually in use prior to being utilized in Chartres Cathedral. Contemporary labyrinths are the result of the bold and beautiful exploration of the labyrinth path. A great place to see some examples of current contemporary labyrinths is in the Discover Labyrinths Facebook page. There are many variations on the medieval design. Here are just a few. Here's a fascinating example of a contemporary labyrinth. Here's a classical variant called the Baltic type. Notice entering the labyrinth from the left takes you to the center, where a quick whirlabout takes you swiftly out on the right for one continuous path in and out of the labyrinth. Based on a threefold seed pattern resulting in a spiral in the center, this unusual development is found primarily in India. The name Chakravayu comes from a magical troop formation from a battle recounted in the Mahabharata. This distinctive pattern is found in Arizona and New Mexico on basketry, jewelry, and other craft work. It was first developed around 1915 and remains popular. So named for the swastika pattern at the center of the labyrinth, swastika labyrinths are found in India and occasionally in Southeast Asia. They are found in Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, and Muslim temples, and even sometimes as graffiti. Labyrinth designer Ronald Esquivel dives deeply into the impact of sacred geometry on the energy of the labyrinth. His fantastic book, Labyrinth Design and the Energy of Its Geometry, thoroughly explores a wide variety of geometric labyrinth designs. He uses a four-part formula to describe the labyrinth experience that includes the energy of form based on the overall shape of the labyrinth, the energy of number, along with the following three design elements of a labyrinth: the number of centers, represented by the letter C, the number of partitions, represented by the letter P, and the number of layers, represented by the letter L. He combines number, the three elements, and form to create a descriptive formula of a labyrinth. This classical labyrinth, for example, is one center, one partition, 8 layers, with an egg form, resulting in the following assessment. The classical labyrinth offers a life-giving opportunity if I can vibrate at a high frequency and open up to connecting with essence. Chartres Labyrinth offers a meditative opportunity to turn to and experience divinity as I submit my earthly requests, intending to land a solution and/or a deep connection. How beautiful is that? Here's another example from his book. His book is actually free with Kindle Unlimited, and the digital copy is only $3 on Amazon. I highly recommend. I went through that section a bit quickly because there's just a lot of information involved, which he covers in a 90-minute video, which I will link to in the description.